Hey everyone, Ariel Adams here from blogtoread.com. Here's another watch review. I'm going to butcher the name of this brand, so I apologize in advance. It's Edouard Lauzieres, something like that. My apologies to them in advance, but you'll be able to see the name of the watch, and because I'm not Swiss, I'm not pronouncing it perfectly. But you know what, that's okay, because this watch, which is known as the Narmad, is an incredibly cool watch and actually proves that you need to know the story behind a watch to fully appreciate it. Because if you just see it, it's a nice, handsome watch that has diamonds around the bezel, but once you learn a little bit more about how it's made and some of the components, you really have a great appreciation to it. So take your time in the future to learn a lot about watches that you are interested in, and you might even want them more. Or alternatively, you might see things that you don't want as much because they're boring. So this watch essentially is a very nice high-end quartz watch. Inside of it's got a Swiss-made Ronda 715 quartz movement, and what I really like about this is that they understand that people that like high-end quartz watches have certain types of expectations. So for example, and this is a pet peeve I have, is that the seconds hand on here perfectly lines up to the hour indicators. A lot of people find that quartz watches do not have seconds hand that line up to the seconds indicators, and that annoys them. But this watch does it well, and that just seeing that little bit proves to me that this is a watch made by people that really care. Everything about this watch is pretty much handmade. The case is made out of one solid piece of steel and is made by hand. The dial is engraved by hand. The diamonds from Botswana, 12 of them these are Wesselton cut, and they're inset by hand in a special way, which is the same as done on high-end rings. They're inset a little bit so they don't scratch, so they can keep their lustrousness. The dial here is blue. It comes in a couple of different colors. This is apparently the favorite color of the guy that owns the brand. And you know what? I agree. It looks very nice with the steel. It's got very classic, handsome look to it. It's not a type of wild watch where you have to worry about, not everyone's going to like it. I mean, this is something that like everyone can agree, like this is a nice watch. There's really nothing not to like about it. The hour indicators in the hands are lume tipped. They're on the more, what I call subtle side. There are watches that have extremely large hands that just jump out at you. Polish on this watch is very, very good. It's a type of polish you can tell will last us a while, and there's a combination of mirror polish and brushed finishing, which sort of enhances the different sort of textures on the watch and the different angles of it, where it looks really great. It's got that sort of shiny look that a lot of people like. Size is modest at 40 millimeters. Some people consider that large, some people consider that perfect. These days that's, I guess, in the modest range, but you know, on a wrist like mine, it looks perfect. In fact, it looks perfect on most wrists. The clasp here is a fold-over clasp with a push button, and it works really nicely. A watch like this is a very good value proposition for what it is. It's priced at, in the US, about $1,200. You get a very solid watch that feels very competent, that feels well made. The diamonds in there add a significant portion of the value in terms of materials cost as well as when you see the watch. It's a good, handsome, dressy watch. It's potentially an any occasion watch. I like this a lot. Again, this is the Edouard Lauzieres, again, butchering the name, Narmad watch. You can see the full review at blogtoread.com. Thanks.